Whether your job pays you great or pays you bad, if you are watching this video, you are probably feeling unfulfilled and ultimately unhappy. Now, I know I'm not the only one who would go to work and get that feeling of like, this is not it. Like, this cannot be life. I am so much bigger than this job right now. And I know I'm not the only person who felt that way. That is one of the worst feelings that you can have, especially when you know the potential that you hold and you know the power that you have. And you're feeling almost as if you're having to constrain it and put it in a box to survive at your corporate job. And some people don't feel that way. Some people just feel like I just need to do my own thing. But I remember that feeling of being like, okay, I feel like I'm almost having to dumb down my potential in order to be great in this atmosphere. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, I have to create my own atmosphere. If you've watched any of my other videos, then you know I've told you before. I have always known that I would be an entrepreneur. I am appreciative and very, very honored to have been able to work in corporate and really get that hands-on experience that helped me launch a successful business. But at the end of the day, my potential is so much bigger than that. And if you're watching this video, then your potential is probably so much bigger than that too. And you're probably at the point where you're like, I don't just want more. I need more. I need more from life. So in this video, I'm going to go over some things that will probably help you answer the question of, should you quit your job or should you stay? Because that's a very important question to ask yourself. So starting off, you always want to determine why you are actually unhappy. And I have been able to answer that at every job. At every single job, I've been able to tell you exactly why I was unhappy. And you need to decide, is it the job? Is it the environment? Are you being undervalued? Are you being unchallenged? Like, what is it that's causing you to feel like, I hate this job, I don't want to be here? And you really want to start with that first, because a lot of times it may not be that you don't want to work in corporate. You may just not need to work in that specific corporate environment, and you may want to look into doing something else. And I always tell people, if it's flexible, if it's an issue that's, that can be fixed, find ways to fix it before you just try to dip out, or have that conversation with your supervisor or your HR department, just to try to sort things out so you don't have to go through the long spiel of quitting your job and finding another, or quitting your job and starting a business, because that is a lot. Now, like I told you, if you're at the point where you're like, okay, I gotta bounce, you need to go ahead and create your exit strategy. Your exit strategy is going to be the most important thing you do leaving your corporate job. I don't care if you're going from corporate to corporate or corporate to entrepreneurship. You want to have a strategy in place. That always create a plan. Always create a plan. And then, especially if you decide, do you want to get another job or do you want to start a business? And your plan needs to have a clear decision on what that's going to be, because your plan for getting another job is going to be completely different from your plan of starting an entirely new venture of starting a business. So go ahead, create that plan, create that exit strategy. If you watch some of my previous videos, I've talked about you planning and putting up saving money. Start those things. That's a part of your exit strategy, but you never want to quit your job without a plan. Some people have, and some people have seen success. I've seen more people do it and not have success. So I say that because even when I was fired from my job, although I was fired, I did not know it was coming. I had been planning my exit strategy for almost a year. So I was okay. I thank God for my plans of quitting my job, because I had a plan to quit my job that year. I thank God for that plan because it set me in a place to where I was okay. And when I launched my business, I was not desperate for money. I was excited for the journey. And when you decide to create your exit strategy, you want to make sure whatever journey you go on that you're excited for it. And then as I always tell you all, get that financial cushion together. So like I said, you may want to save some money, but put a little cushion in place so that you're good. Because that is very important, especially when you're going from having security to no security. You know, like you're going from having a bi-weekly check or a monthly deposit to nothing. And then just solely depending on yourself. You don't want to be put in a bad place. Always make sure that you're clear on what you're feeling. So decide, why is it that you actually want to leave your job, or do you need to just go to a different department? Do you need to go to a different corporate environment, or do you need to start a business? But there are a lot of people who come into these coaching programs and they're like, you know what, I didn't realize there was so much that goes into starting a business. And that is okay. But you want to make sure that you're clear so that when you get to the point of creating your exit strategy and creating your plan, you're in alignment and it goes well and it flows. So, as always, I am Tashima Freeman, giving you the things that you are going to need to create an exit strategy out of your corporate job into entrepreneurship, or in this case, an exit strategy in general to success and to a abundant and desirable life that you wake up and enjoy having every day. So make sure you share this video, subscribe as always, and check out the next two playlists. I think it might be a playlist or a video, whatever YouTube decides to throw at you. See you on the next video.